When two of the most advanced smartphones in the world go head-to-head, you know it's more than just a comparison. It's a statement of where technology is headed. The Pixel 10 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max are not just phones. They're the ultimate expressions of Google's AI-first vision and Apple's design mastery. As Apple's latest flagship makes waves, all eyes turn toward Google. Can the Pixel 10 Pro truly compete or even outshine the iPhone 17 Pro Max? In this deep dive, we'll uncover what Google can learn from Apple's strengths, what Apple might secretly be taking from Google's playbook, and how these two titans are shaping the smartphone landscape. From design choices and AI integration to camera performance and user experience, this isn't just about hardware. It's about philosophy, innovation, and the emotional connection we have with the devices we use every day. Pixel 10 Pro versus iPhone 17 Pro Max. What can Google truly learn from Apple? There's a new iPhone on the block, and once again, Apple has set the internet buzzing. But as always, with every iPhone release comes an inevitable comparison, and this time, the spotlight is squarely on Google's Pixel 10 Pro. Both devices represent the pinnacle of their ecosystems. But the real question is not just who wins on paper. It's what lessons Google can take from Apple's perfectionism and where Apple might actually be following Google's lead. Over the past few years, Google's design language has evolved from quirky and experimental to confident and refined. And while some critics might call it derivative, it's clear that Google has found a balance between paying homage and setting trends. What's fascinating is how the Pixel's design philosophy seems to have influenced Apple's latest design refresh. The iPhone 17 Pro Max now sports a camera plateau that feels undeniably inspired by Google's iconic camera bar, and the switch back to aluminum from titanium feels like Apple borrowing straight from Google's playbook. It's almost ironic. The most Android-like iPhone ever made is the iPhone 17 Pro Max. But where design overlap exists, competition only fuels innovation, and that's exactly what makes this rivalry so exciting. On paper, the iPhone 17 Pro Max might dominate with raw performance, thanks to Apple's A19 Pro chip and its deep integration with iOS 26, but numbers don't always tell the whole story. The Pixel 10 Pro, powered by the Tensor G5 chip, might lag behind in benchmarks, but it shines where it matters most: real-world intelligence, AI-driven optimization, and day-to-day usability that feels smarter and more personal. Google's Gemini integration across the Pixel experience means your phone doesn't just respond to you, it learns from you. Yet, this is where the caution begins. Google must be careful not to overemphasize AI at the cost of human control. Users still want a sense of agency, and while Magic Q and Camera Coach are impressive, they need to feel like tools, not intrusions. In contrast, Apple's approach this year, with iOS 20XS liquid glass interface, has been divisive. The new transparent design aims for sophistication, but many users have found it visually confusing, an accessibility nightmare that blurs function with form. Google, meanwhile, continues to focus on personality through Material U and the refreshed Material 3 expressive design, creating a user interface that feels joyful, customizable, and alive. Where Apple is becoming more Android-like, Google is reclaiming the fun and emotion that first defined the Android experience. But aesthetics aside, let's talk practicality, because this is where user loyalty is truly won. Apple's liquid glass might look sleek, but when it interferes with how you navigate menus or access features, it's a problem. The Pixel 10 Pro, on the other hand, brings playfulness without sacrificing clarity. Animations, notification, and app transitions have all been tuned to perfection, and that makes a difference in daily use. In performance terms, the iPhone 17 Pro Max will always edge ahead with raw power, but Google is winning hearts through usability, AI fluency, and an ecosystem that feels more open. Cameras, however, are where the battle really heats up. The Pixel 10 Pro's computational photography remains industry-leading, with real tone ensuring accurate skin tones and lifelike detail in every shot. Apple's iPhone 17 Pro Max, while more powerful in video capture, still struggles with skin tone balance and overly sharp contrast in low-light conditions. Google's one-click done approach is pure magic for users who want fast, polished results, but Apple's photographic styles feature gives manual control that pro users adore. Here, Google has an opportunity. Adding more manual controls or creative modes could attract power users without compromising simplicity. Pro residential zoom on the iPhone 17 Pro Max offers non-destructive AI photo enhancement that occasionally hit or miss, but undeniably ambitious. Meanwhile, the Pixel 10 Pro's Magic Editor continues to impress with its subtle intelligence and intuitive editing. However, when it comes to video, Apple is still the undisputed champion. The iPhone 17 Pro Max's video processing, stabilization, and dynamic range outshine even Google's latest video boost system, which, while promising, slows down workflow for users seeking instant results. To truly compete, Google must focus on faster video rendering and perhaps even bring in log video capture, something professional creators increasingly expect. Still, what makes the Pixel special is how human it feels. It's not just about specs or speed. It's about how seamlessly it integrates into your life. The Pixel understands context, automates intelligently, and helps you stay focused on what matters. Apple, meanwhile, maintains its trademark polish, but at the cost of customization and flexibility. In many ways, the Pixel 10 Pro is a thinking person's phone. It's smart, emotional, and personal. Apple may have the ecosystem advantage, but Google's ability to blend AI with intuition makes the Pixel 10 Pro uniquely compelling. However, there's always room for improvement. Google needs to ensure long-term software stability and continue refining its camera hardware to avoid relying too heavily on AI tricks. Hardware still matters, and the iPhone 17 Pro Max reminds us why. Its metal frame, tactile feedback, and balanced weight distribution give it that undeniable premium feel, something Google should continue chasing. Yet, when it comes to day-to-day delight, Pixel still wins hearts. In the end, calling these two opponents might not be fair. They represent two philosophies: Apple's pursuit of perfection through control, and Google's pursuit of intelligence through openness. And both are valid. But if there's one thing clear, it's that the Pixel 10 Pro has matured into a true iPhone challenger. If you're coming from Apple's ecosystem, the Pixel 10 Pro will feel refreshingly liberating, while still offering a taste of the premium experience you're used to. If you're already a Pixel user, there's little reason to switch unless you crave that Apple-level refinement in hardware. Our recommendation? If you value creative freedom, AI assistance, and software that evolves with you, the Pixel 10 Pro is a smarter choice. But if your world revolves around stability, content creation, and professional-grade video, the iPhone 17 Pro Max remains unbeatable. Either way, both devices push each other to be better, and that's the beauty of competition in tech. This is not just a battle for supremacy. It's a race toward the future of smartphones, where intelligence meets artistry and choice becomes power. And as always, for more deep tech insights and emotional comparisons like this, stay tuned and keep watching Techverse.